Hey everybody, it is Saturday morning and it's about 9 o'clock. I got the boys settled in, so it's time for a little daddy time. And today I'm going to start off with the Maggard MR5. It's loaded with a Gillette Silver Blue. I'm going to use, if there's any doubt what I was using today, it's the Elite 8 day. My Nathan Clark NV White Wisconsin Badger brush. Go Bucky. Second year row we faced Arizona, where I live now, and we beat them last year. Hopefully we do it again. For my soap and aftershave, Renewal by Soap Commander. And let me go ahead and just start loading off the puck. Take a quick whiff. Definitely the floral green. It's been blooming. Yeah. During the blooming process, to me the greener part comes out more. You get the original smell out of the tub. You get a lot more of the floral notes, and that goes actually to, I'll call it my tip of the day, especially for the newer wet shavers. There's a lot of soaps out there that are we'll say medium to low scent, and a lot of us, especially with the harder soaps, you know, people will bloom their soaps while they're in the shower. Well, in my case, my shower's right there, and so when I start to bloom, I might get a quick hint of it, but then when you're in the shower, your nose gets caught up with all the other smells, and you just get used to it, just like you burn a candle in a room. After a few minutes, you don't smell that candle anymore. So if you start to think, hey, does this soap have, you know, why is it so faint? I can't smell it when I bloom it, all that stuff. Go ahead and just do a test. Run hot water, bloom your soap in a different bathroom while you're showering. When you get out of the shower, or even just during the day, go into that room that you just, had that puck blooming in, and then smell it. And you'll smell it for sure at that point in time, unless it's just a really, really weak or unscented soap. It's a monster load right there. Empty my mug out. But I'm definitely not having a problem picking this one up at all. I might only do 2 passes on my neck again. Once again, I was out in the sun a lot today, or yesterday. And I did actually start getting some redness and irritation on my neck from just the sweat and the friction of my shirt. They're saying today is going to be 91 and tomorrow is going to be 92. So it's talking at least tomorrow, good chance of breaking the record for temperature. A little more water and I will be done. Monster lather right there. With that irritation I was getting last night, I went ahead and I used a soothing aftershave splash, a little menthol before I went to bed to help kind of calm it down a little bit as well. This is definitely a floral fougere. Uh, it's just very, very bright. Again, kind of when I was talking about lavender the other day, I know a lot of people will back away from floral products. And I get that. I did the same too until I got a sample of Love and fell in love with it. And that's just pure rose, obviously. This with the greenery in it. This, there's just a lot of I'll call it like the smell like wildflowers. Actually, I'll give a second tip here in just a minute for those that are still watching. This is something I learned with testing the soaps and samples and things like that. Picked this up off of one of the guys in one of the groups I'm in. It said it, but it didn't really gain much traction. But, you know, we get these samples and all that stuff, and we're like, oh, I just can't smell it. And in the case with this, I got the testing sample, and the soap kind of smelled faint. It was harder to pick up anything, because you get a sample and you put it in a bowl, and you use it when you use it, you know. And it doesn't, it never, you know, kind of is contained. You smell it when you're shaving. But, you know, at least during the initial, oh, let me take a whiff, you just don't get it. So with your samples, put them in a container, you know, just to get that initial smell. Like, you know, when you get a tin, you open it up and you go, ah, you know, with the lid on. Go ahead and put it in a lid container. Let it sit there for a few hours, then open it. That way you can get that initial impression like you would with a brand new tub of soap. And you don't feel like, oh man, this smells weak right off the bat. Because, yeah, they, you know, Carrie told me, she goes, yeah, it's the same scent strength, but yeah, it's the fact that, you know, it's sealed into a larger container. You know, you can smell that in the container better. Now, obviously, using it, I can remember the smell from the tester. Got a busy day today. I got lunch with some family, and then it's my youngest. They're both adopted. I think I've said that before. But my youngest son, his birth father's sister, and so technically their aunt and their nephew. Or cousin, or I think it's cousin, yeah, technically. We're gonna all be getting together for lunch, and then I got dinner plans. And we got dinner plans scheduled with a friend of mine. Actually, two of my friends. One of them just came down from the Calgary area up in Canada. And then in the middle of there, I got the basketball game. My face is feeling good, so I'll do a third on the neck. I went with this MR5 today because of the gentleness of it. If you're looking for a nice spring floral scent, this is your ticket right there. The feeling I do get when using this is back by my house there was a lot of wildflower areas and forest areas and stuff like that. And of course as a kid you go out and you play in those areas, and it kind of reminds me of running through that. You had the pine trees, you had the regular leaves, all that, but you had, you know, pine trees in the distance, but you had all the flowers when they were in full bloom. Go ahead and feel my face real quick. So far it's feeling pretty good. Main sensitive area was right there, so I'm not going to do any touch-ups there. Alright, we're good to go. Cold water rinse. I seem a little down this morning, just tired. Every weekend with the boys. Last night I just stayed up a little too late anyways. And then weekends with them, they get me up about 6:15 half the time anyways. So it's always a little tired those mornings. Do a quick light wet on my face. Let that stay there for a second to let the balm go on a little easier. Giving that a shot. Little tip that somebody mentioned. If I give it a shot, so it goes on more even, is what I was told. Menthol right away. One thing I love about these bombs. So initially you get that menthol smell and cooling. Floral starting to kind of come through already a little bit. Great face feel. I think one thing to kind of touch on real quick about aftershaves too, I guess this is technically my third tip, or this isn't really a tip, just something I noticed, is at least with the balms and some of the aftershaves that have a little more like better properties, not just pure alcohol, that have something else, alcohol mixed in with other things. They, at least for me, I find that those soften what little whiskers left that I have left at the end. They soften those a little bit. So, you don't feel that stubble as much. You know, it feels smoother overall, and especially a balm. You know, afterwards, once it dries in a little bit, I feel my skin, and where I know I have, like right here, I've got a small little spot, it's not as scratchy. So just something I observed. I'll probably mention that another time, just not so late in the video where people aren't watching. But everyone, you have a blessed and wonderful Saturday. I hope you get to spend time with your family like I will be doing. Cherish those moments with them, and I will see you guys tomorrow. God bless.